It's time to wake up. You're now entering Dreamland. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Now Entering Dreamland, a podcast about dreams, sleep, and everything in between. My name is Stacy Axler, and I'm the host of Now Entering Dreamland. Welcome back to those of you who have been to Dreamland before. We're happy to have you back. And welcome to those of you who are visiting Dreamland for the first time. We're glad to have you here. It's a Sunday, and that means that this podcast is releasing a new episode. And this is going to be a solo episode for this Sunday. This podcast is all about dreams, and today I want to talk about something that I've been experiencing quite frequently over the past few weeks, and that is dreams about, and I'm going to say it, and this is a very heavy topic, dying. For the past few weeks, I have not been writing in my dream journal, and that is because a lot of the dreams I've been having have been dreams about dying, and it didn't seem like a good topic to put in my dream journal, to be honest. So, what is this about? Well, I've done some research about it. I've looked online, and I've researched into dying in dreams. So, for the first part of this episode, I'm going to talk about what my dreams are like, and in the second part, I'm going to do some brief, but in my mind, insightful analysis about what they mean. So, in my dreams, my dying has occurred in several ways. The first way is the most common, which is I typically fall to the ground. So here are how these dreams play out. I am usually running from something. I don't know what I'm running from. That's not very clear to me. However, I'm running from something, and I know that the thing I'm running from is very bad. I feel like something is pursuing me. I'm running very fast. And that's weird because in real life, I'm not very athletic. I'm not a good runner, but in my dreams, I can run very fast. I'm running, I look over my shoulder. Typically, about the second or third time I look over my shoulder, though, I turn back towards the front of my body and I realize I've run out of space to run. There's simply no more space to move. And that's scary because I'm on the corner of a roof and I realize I don't have my balance. I struggle, I try to regain my balance. Typically, I'll flap my arms around trying to get some steadiness, some balance, and then I'll step back on to the roof. And typically this is when something or someone pushes me forward and I fall. And then I wake up. In these dreams, I don't experience myself dying. I just don't. But I know it must happen. Because in real life, you can't fall from a great height and still survive. It's just not possible. So that's the most common falling dream I have. And that's the most common dying dream I have. But this has come up in other dreams I've had too. So here are two more examples. I'm walking down a hallway, and the hallway is very lit up. It's like a hallway of a grand hotel. There are chandeliers everywhere. There's a really warm light, kind of a glow in the hallway. I'm just walking down this hallway, and I'm walking down slowly at first. I feel comfortable. But then something changes, and I don't feel comfortable anymore, and I start to quicken my pace. And I quicken my pace because I feel like something or someone is behind me. So I quicken my pace and I start to walk faster. but it doesn't help because I still feel like something is behind me. And I walk faster. And then I start to run. And I'm running down this great big hallway with chandeliers everywhere. And also, I just want to say weird glassware. There's glassware all around, like glass figurines of swans and exotic birds and animals. And I'm running, but at some point I get to a part of the floor that there is a hole. And I fall into the hole. And I go straight to the center of the earth, or what I assume to be the center of the earth. And then I wake up. So this dream's a little weird, right? Like I'm in an actual hallway, and then I fall into a hole. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It seems weird to me, especially because falling off a roof, as terrible as that is, that's something that can actually happen to you. It's not like in most buildings you can just fall into a hole, right? I don't think so. Anyway, here's the third most common dying dream that I have. There's a really big bridge. It's really big, it's very long, it's very tall, it's way up high over some water. I don't know where this is geographically. Like, this isn't the Golden Gate Bridge, and this isn't the Bay Bridge in Maryland. I can't point to a spot on the actual map of the United States and say, oh, this is where this bridge is. But I assume in dream logic it's somewhere in America, though who knows. But I assume that just because I haven't really traveled anywhere. I've really only been in and around Maryland, so I assume my mind is placing somewhere in Maryland in my dream, but who knows. This dream has a lot of cars and people crossing this bridge. And in this dream, I'm nervous about crossing this bridge. I don't want to do it. But everyone is saying, oh, just cross the bridge. Everyone does it all the time. It's normal. It's fine. You can do it. So I start to walk on the bridge. There's a small sidewalk, kind of like a pedestrian walkway on this bridge. And I start to walk down it. And then at some point I turn behind me. And the people I was with at the beginning of the dream aren't with me anymore. And I turn behind me, and there isn't any bridge. It's just an empty space down to the water. So I get scared, and I turn around, and I start walking really quickly in front of me. And I can just feel that the bridge is starting to give way. Like the pieces of the sidewalk that I'm walking on are falling into the water. So every piece I touch is falling away. And I don't know what to do. So I walk faster and faster, but it doesn't matter because eventually I can't walk as fast as required. And the piece of sidewalk that I'm on falls into the bridge, and I fall with it. And it goes into the water. So this is really weird, right? Like, in all these three dreams, there's clearly a theme, and the theme is falling into the abyss, or falling into the water, or falling and not being able to get back up. And that's really weird. And you might be saying, okay, Stacy, well, clearly you've fallen from some bridge at some point in your life, or you have a very big fear of doing it. Well, clearly I do, but I've never fallen off a bridge in real life, and I don't know why I'm so scared of doing it. This just isn't something that's happened to me. So, I did some research, and I tried to figure it out. And here's what I came up with. If you fall in a dream, it may not really mean that you're afraid of falling, which, for the record, I am afraid of falling. So take that to heart. But if you fall in a dream, it might not mean that you're afraid of falling. It might mean, according to Healthline, that you're about to experience a very big change or something really different is happening in your life. And your brain, your subconscious is trying to tell you it. Like, hey, you're experiencing this really big, different thing. That's interesting, right? But that interesting, different thing, that could be good or bad. And that's weird to me because in my mind, I'm not really experiencing anything different. According to Healthline, dreams about falling are pretty common. They also could represent that you're just feeling out of control. Like, a lot of different things are happening in your life and you just don't feel in control of anything. You know, Healthline also says that these dreams could be a good thing. It could mean symbolically that you're letting go of something, or maybe you're setting yourself free of something. Maybe you're letting go of stress or of a toxic relationship. That sounds nice, but I don't think I'm doing that. So I don't know why I've been having these dreams lately. I hope it's a good thing, but in my mind, it feels really negative to me. But the one thing that I'm taking away from all of my research is that it is really common to have dreams about falling. Another website I looked at said if you're falling into water, take a look at the water around you. If the water is cloudy and murky, that could mean that you're confused about something. You don't know what the future is going to hold. That kind of goes into the whole theory that you're feeling out of control. If you're experiencing something really different in your life and you feel out of control, look at the water of the dream that you're falling into. If it's clear, that means you have some clarity. If it's murky, that's not good. I haven't looked at the water yet, or I haven't really paid attention to the water. I've tried, trust me, I have. But I need to get better at actually paying attention to the details in my dream. I struggle with that. This has been a short episode this week, but I did want to take a moment to talk about my weird dreams about falling into holes and into the water, and off of buildings and off of bridges, just because I think it's really interesting. So, that's been it for this episode of Now Entering Dreamland. But, as with every week, I want to hear from you. Do you have dreams about falling? We have a wonderful comment box on this podcast, so comment with your dreams. I would love to hear about them. We also have a follow button. If you like Now Entering Dreamland, if you like the episodes that we release, you should click the follow button, and that way Now Entering Dreamland content will come right to your email. We have new episodes every Sunday, and next week we're coming back with an interview style episode, which personally are my favorite episodes to do. You're now leaving Dreamland, but we'll see you next Sunday.